touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it in the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The run to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down and distances, 3rd downs, and having that conversion this early in the game.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Oof. That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the connection. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
And the Noles are moving quickly down the field. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Snags it over the middle. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. The Seminoles are threatening on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Seminoles.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
On to attempt the try. Right down the boulevard. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up. You get the extra practices mentally, and from a confidence standpoint, you turn the page. I can remember back to my true freshman year, we were getting ready to play Penn State. We had a lot of NFL talent in my freshman class, and everybody just seemed to grow a foot taller. They were playing with a different intensity level that really paid off for us the next year.
Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
These touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and I just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. Knocked off his feet, but not before he picks up 6 yards down to the 10.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting if yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback will keep it. He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, no! Ready to try the point after.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. Fair catch called for and made. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his big tight end. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, App State. Lining up for the PAT. Splits the uprights. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Rifles it down the middle. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Now let's see if they can follow up that huge play. 1st and 10 from the 23. They go to the draw. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And you can see why it's so tricky for a defense to have to stop these draw plays. Everything the offense is doing is telling you pass. The quarterback, the offensive line, the running backs delaying. You've taken your deep drop in coverage, and now you've got to rally and find the football and do it, trying to avoid these big 300-pound bodies running at you full speed. Not an enviable task.
And the Seminoles line it up with a 1st and goal.
3 and 25.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Appalachian State regains possession and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Throws to the tight end. And the ball is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you can tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Still on his feet, getting some heat. He'll try to do it himself. Get all you can, then get down with the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
He'll try the outside to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. From the gun, he'll try to throw. He's right on target. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
It's now 2nd down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up for it.
Splits the uprights. Good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Inside 10 seconds to go, and the half clock reads 9. It is 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Seminoles will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable if they want to wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, David, there was some shouting going on. They need to get themselves motivated and ready to go because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the quarreling amongst each other, you get some motivation. You need something good to happen early. This first possession, get the football, go make something happen, create some momentum.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Direct snap. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They'll go with a direct snap. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Incomplete, and the defense holds.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now, just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
The give to the fullback. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Toss to the outside. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game.
Well, What great explosiveness by this running back to break through and almost get to the house, Jesse, but just comes up short.
Well, I'll tell you, he had a lot of help downfield as well. Receivers getting blocks and making life easier on the back there. And all of a sudden now this offense knocking on the door deep down in their opponent's territory.
Touchdown Seminoles! And they take it in for 6 more points. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating them time and time again.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Appalachian State regains possession and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them.
And he breaks into the open. And the defense couldn't corral him, and they took it all the way. Touchdown, Appalachian State. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 31-21. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Brought down at the 33-yard line. 3rd down coming up.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to get the first through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Dixon. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
The Noles will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Fakes his man out. Find some fresh air. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, no!
Talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch called for and made. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on it.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
That's so frustrating for a quarterback. He sees an open guy, he's ready to rip the football, and then all of a sudden, one of those defensive ends gets a big mitt in the air and knocks it down.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try it on the ground. And the Mountaineers get enough for the first down.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on fourth down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Running behind that left side.
The carry is the running. Tackle is made at the 39.
Now facing a third and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
There's not many play calls on the a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Toss to the left. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
At the 36-yard line. Brings up third down. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Florida State 38, App State 21.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
And I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the first down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in these short yardage situations, knows where that first down marker is, and he's able to get those hidden yards in piles, driving his legs to help keep this drive alive.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him. Try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is four-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. They'll try to power their way ahead. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And here comes the field goal unit. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that lead grows even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll call for the fair catch here. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Going up top on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. With the catch, it's Madden. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college.
And the ball is picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this defense.
And now this offense will take the field again. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
And with a lead like they have here in the fourth quarter, no question this offense is going to continue trying to pound the rock. They're going to run the football and try to ice this game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground game on the left. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed, and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back. That'll be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
On the move at the 30. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They'll throw it on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
It's hard to imagine that that's his first catch of this game so far. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, and they knew if they were going to win this game, he had to touch it a lot. They had to get him involved. They haven't been able to do that. That's a big reason why they're trailing by so much.
It's caught. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. The Mountaineers want to crank the tempo. He's looking to throw it. Starting to feel a little pressure. He'll pull it down. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play.
Yeah, I think that's nice discipline by this defense. Doing a good job playing inside out, using the sideline to their advantage, kind of stringing it out, not giving up yards. This is a really good job by the defense, playing fast and playing smart.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Great job by the freshman. Kept his eyes in the right place and made the play.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of